property. This means that water belongs to the nation, to every inhabitant of a country, and that each one should have the amount necessary for their needs. As we all know, or should know, only 0.2% of water is available, and just 5% of it is for human use. To ensure the availability of this water, each state has two ways of seeing the property of water. Water belongs to the nation, or water can be owned privately. If it is private, then a company or a group can manage the water supply, while the state can only regulate its use. If it is public, then the state is the only organism in charge.
The proposition team understands that water is a public good, and that it should be managed by the government. We can't deny water runs through countries, but affirming it is a national property and that it should be the state who manages it, we simply don't agree. I'm sure you've never stopped to think about water. You just use it, drink it, bathe in it. But you know, water's property. Who manages it is vital for us as human beings, since if we run out of water, humans, animals, and plants would simply disappear. Therefore, we have to make sure that water is well managed and accessible to all. We're convinced that this happens when it is private companies that take control of it, take care of it, and charge of its use to limit excesses and waste. First, Elena said that companies control better the purity of water. Actually, they're not the companies the one that control the purity of it. The state is the one that regulates that. That is why water should remain national property. Because if a company wants to make a profit, there will always be areas or social groups which will not be profitable, and the company will be tempted not to provide water to them and not to invest resources there, or at least to offer a worse and less costly service. On the contrary, the state would be forced to invest in a poor region that doesn't offer profit.
In the first place, since the private companies need profit and are created to give profit to their companies, the companies are more careful with both the product and also the infrastructure related to it. Plus, they must give a good service so that everyone can have access to water. In fourth place, I think that it's very important for you to understand that since water is scarce, it has a market value. So, a country that has a lot of water can sell it to other countries, and this could be done in a much easier way if it was managed by the private sector, because the states have lots of bureaucracy and politics to consider when selling a product to other countries.
Though low prices in a product indicate less quality to the consumer, while higher prices guarantee better quality.
I have a question for the proposition team. What is national product? What will happen if the state goes into economic or social crisis?
Nowadays, we forget its importance, living in our own personal world, in which water flows easily and is ever present, in our pools, in our green gardens, in the long showers we take every day. Because its own purpose is our well-being, and because it is formed by Chileans that have the same bond we have. Chileans that will try to make water services cheaper and accessible for every Chilean instead of increasing prices just to get better profit.
In many areas, such as agriculture and industry. That's why it should be managed by private hands, because they're the only ones that really know what amount of water each plantation and each industry needs. I must also add that water has an international market value, so countries that have a lot of it could sell it to other countries. This process will be much faster if it is done by privates, because states need to consider bureaucracy, politics, and even diplomacy when making businesses.